right now on 5 on Your Side at 10.
A warning for swimmers with their eyes on rough waters.
The river doesn't care if you're a good swimmer. The river will claim lives of anybody.
Why big river visitors are causing a big problem for rescue crews.
Yesterday, hot and muggy, and eventually some torrential downpours at a few spots, but that mugginess has been replaced with drier air, which only gets drier into the overnight hours. How close we are to a record low and how long we can hang on to this non-humid air.
But first, the protest that put a pause on Pride. Good evening, I'm Mark Maxwell. Mike Bush has the night off. Tens of thousands of people showed up to the Pride Fest parade on Market Street downtown today. The Grand Pride Parade stepped off at noon with the theme Unleash Your Pride. The festival stretching between 15th and Tucker and from Pine to Market. It's one of the biggest annual events of its kind in the Midwest, and LGBTQ plus community members and allies say it's important to celebrate the city's diversity.
St. Louis should honor Pride because Pride is St. Louis. We are a part of St. Louis just like everybody else, and so St. Louis should be proud of it.
It's important that everybody feel equal, no matter who you love, who you're around. As long as you love somebody and you love yourself, that's all that matters.
Pride Fest officially wrapped up around 6 o'clock tonight. Organizers say a record crowd of more than 360,000 people attended the annual parade and festival combined. A handful of activists took pride in disrupting the parade and protest to defense contractor Boeing sponsoring the event. Right now, some of those protesters who were arrested are still working to get out of jail. 5 on Your Side, Robert Townsend has the latest.
The 44th annual Grand Pride Parade kicked off amid a huge crowd in downtown St. Louis Sunday afternoon. But about 20 minutes into the event, the popular parade suddenly brought to an unexpected halt. Police say nearly 24 pro-Palestine protesters disrupted the parade, repeatedly chanted, and blocked the participants from walking down Market Street.
Protest in Washington and not here.
The protesters denounced genocide, called for an end to the ongoing Israel-Hamas war in Gaza, and blasted Pride St. Louis for, quote, accepting funding from Boeing. Boeing was the title sponsor for the Pride Parade.
We want to parade! We want to parade! It's not our war!
Allison Stewart was just one of many parade goers clearly upset by the protest.
They want the 15 seconds of fame. That's move on. We didn't do anything. We're not involved.
Police asked the protesters to disperse several times.
We gave our dispersal orders, as most of you probably heard and did see, which we did 3 of. They still refused to move on, so we had to move in and make some arrests, and they did not make it easy.
Officers arrested nearly 24 protesters. Some had to be picked up off the ground. No one was hurt. Pride St. Louis says despite the 50-minute delay, the parade went on.
I believe, and St. Louis Pride believes, everyone has a voice, and all voices matter. We are resilient, and today is a wonderful example of how, faced with adversity, we keep moving forward.
Hours later, protesters walked out of jail to cheers, applause, and hugs from fellow protesters. Robert Townsend, 5 on Your Side.
Protesters plan to hold a news conference to continue their message tomorrow outside the St. Louis Justice Center. A man found guilty of killing his ex-girlfriend and trying to kill another person will learn his sentence tomorrow. Robert Tarr shot and killed Leslie Reeves and seriously hurt Christopher Smith just before Thanksgiving in 2021. Then he later tried to hire someone to kill Smith and a deputy investigating that case. Tarr is set to appear in court at 1:30 tomorrow. He could face a minimum of 76 years behind bars. We're getting a cooler start to the week than usual, and we may even hit some record lows overnight. But the big question a lot of people have ahead of this holiday, will July 4th get rained out? Gary Frank is here with a look at our Weather First forecast. Hey, Gary.
Yeah, hey, good evening, Mark. I think overall we're still looking at a rainy 4th of July, at least at times, but let's focus on the start of the week because we're going to enjoy some weather right now. Temperatures already are starting to cool off. I mean, it feels great outside. The wind is blowing from that northerly direction, northeast now. It's down to 73, which is only about 3 degrees from our average low, but our dew point is dropping, and that's a key for us here as we're pretty much clearing out significantly here. As we head into the overnight hours, look at these lows. We're still slated to fall another 15 to 20 degrees, and that's going to be a significant factor here for us as we've got pretty nice conditions here overall. Cooler conditions as that northeast breeze continues at around 10 to 15 miles an hour, ushering in that cool, dry air, and that's what we'll focus on here shortly. But there are a few things that we'll do and that will warm right back up. We'll talk about how close this is to an overnight record and whether or not we'll get that before we warm right back up, and we'll also time it out hour by hour for our 4th of July rain potential.
Tonight, the High Ridge Fire Protection District sending a warning to swimmers. This after their 4th water rescue this year at Rockford Park. Our Justina Cornell met the fire chief in Jefferson County, where an influx of people are swarming the area.
Packed with people. Officials say it's a problem at Rockford Park, as many try to relax on the last day of June near the Big River. Chief John Barton is on edge.
I worry about every weekend.
Barton's dedicated 25 years to the High Ridge Fire Protection District, and every year, Rockford Park brings some troubles.
The river's unpredictable and unforgiving, and it doesn't care if you're a good swimmer, and it doesn't care if you're sober or not.
Since 2014, he says there have been 5 drownings, 2 just last year. He explains the overcrowding increases every year. Now Jefferson County deputies patrol the weekends.
The weekend-specific problem is us having difficulty even getting into the park to render aid.
Despite the warning signs here at Rockford Park, the High Ridge Fire Chief says people continue to go in the water here. They said so far this year, they've already had their 4th water rescue, and the latest was Saturday night.
We had a 12-year-old girl and then another older adult in her 20s were swimming over in the river by the bluff area. They got caught in the current, so 2 bystanders jumped in the water, took an inflatable raft over, and they were able to get them to the opposite side of the river, but they couldn't get back to this side. They were all too tired from swimming in the current.
The rescues are a reminder of the risk.
We've already had 1 victim that was pulled unconscious from the water and transported in critical condition. The advice is don't get in the water to swim because it's unpredictable.
As we enter the hottest month of the year, Barton urges parkgoers to think twice before testing Mother Nature.
It's up for people to see those signs and heed the warnings, and unfortunately they decide to just take their chances.
Justina Cornell, 5 on your side.
And that same park shut down back-to-back weekends last summer after 2 drownings. The Jefferson County Sheriff's Department said numerous fights, assaults, thefts, and underage drinking led to its decision.
A roadway rescue underway downtown. MoDOT's 1,500 reasons to fix up Route 100. They'll be booming in the bi-state this week, where you can see fireworks this Independence Day.
We're tracking rain chances that pick back up by the middle of the week, Wednesday into Thursday. Which portions of your holiday will be interrupted by rain, and just how hot we're going to be as we head into the holiday week.